Hey there, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to show you how to take apart and replace the screen assembly on your iPhone 11. Hey there, my name's Sergio with Serg Tech, and in this channel I do tech reviews and tutorials. So if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do so now. Hit the bell to receive notifications on my future videos. There's going to be links to all the information that I talk about in this video down below in the description. All right, let's get right to the video now. All right, so in order to open up your iPhone 11, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the two Pentalope screws at the bottom. So another thing, we are going to have this tool set linked down below in the description where you can get all of the premium tools to repair your iPhone 11 or 11 Pro. So we're going to be using the Pentalope screwdriver and removing the two screws at the bottom. Put them somewhere organized so that you don't lose them. Once you have the two screws removed, let's go ahead and power the phone off if you haven't done so already. And then what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to give it heat here around the screen assembly, around the corners here, because it does have a small amount of adhesive around the edges here holding the screen down to the frame. So you can either give it some heat with a hairdryer or a heat gun by just moving it around the edges here to loosen up the adhesive, or you can go ahead and set it flat on a hot plate, which is what I prefer to use. So let me go ahead and show you. This is the hot plate here. I set it to about 100 degrees Celsius and then just place the iPhone flat on it for a few minutes until it's hot enough to where you touch it and it burns just a little bit. So you may want to use some rubber gloves so that once you grab the phone now, since it is going to be a little bit hot, so that you don't burn your hands. So once the phone is hot enough, go ahead and grab it, and we're going to go ahead and use this suction cup, place it towards the bottom here of the screen, and we're going to lift up on it until we see a slight opening. Once you see that slight opening, we're going to insert this prying tool in between the plastic frame here of the screen and the metal frame bezel. So as you can see, there's a slight opening there. I was able to wedge it in there, and then we're going to kind of just gently go around it, removing the adhesive that's holding the screen to the housing of the phone. We're going to use this second prying tool to help us out. This is a plastic prying tool, which is a lot safer. So we're going to just go around the entire housing here, the screen assembly of the iPhone. And then once you have most of the screen lifted up like this, you can remove the suction cup. So the iPhone 11 screen is going to have the flex cables over here on this side, just like the previous iPhone 10 and 10s. So what we're going to do is we're going to just wiggle the screen to remove the adhesive here at the top, and we're going to lift it sideways to this side. And the iPhone will open up completely. So now the next step is we're going to have to remove these tri-tip screws here so that we can go ahead and disconnect the flex cables connecting the screen to the motherboard. So we're going to be using this tri-tip screwdriver, which comes with the set, to remove the tri-tip screws. And then once the tri-tip screws are removed, you can go ahead and pry up on the metal bracket. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and disconnect these two flex cables right here, which connect the screen. And then we're going to go ahead and disconnect this last cable down here, which connects to the ear speaker here on the screen. So there we have your iPhone 11 LCD screen taken out. Let's go ahead and remove these three tri-tip screws so that we can disconnect the battery and remove any electricity that might be flowing through the phone. So let's go ahead and disconnect this little cable right here, which is the battery flex cable. And there we go. So we make sure that the phone is completely off and the battery is not connected. So the next step to replacing your screen assembly is we're going to need to remove the screws here holding on the ear speaker assembly. So it's going to have one small tri-tip screw up here at the top. And then it's going to have three small Phillips head screws. And then we're going to go ahead and get under the flex cable here and pry up on it gently so that we can remove the small microphone up here and the Face ID and the proximity sensor. And there you go, gently pry it up and it will come out in one piece. So this is the ear speaker assembly for your iPhone 11. We're gonna place that to the side. And then with the tri-tip screwdriver, we're gonna remove a couple of screws that are holding down this metal bracket. So it's gonna have 9 screws in total that we're gonna need to remove. So once all of the tri-tip screws are removed, we're gonna go ahead and move the flex cables here out of the way. So these two are gonna be stuck. And we're gonna need to gently pry under this flex cable because it is held down with some adhesive. So we're gonna need to get under it and gently lift it up to remove the adhesive holding it down. And there you go. Once you remove the adhesive completely, you should be able to pull the cable outwards and then pull this one out, and then you'll be able to lift up on the metal bracket. And there you go, the metal bracket will come right out. So once you're ready, you're gonna get your new screen, which will look like this. New iPhone 11 screen. It's gonna be linked down below as well. So you're just gonna get your screen and then we're gonna put everything back together in reverse order. So let me show you how to do that now. So first we're gonna go ahead and put the metal bracket on the screen. So this is going to go through here, and then this cable we're going to flip it over here to this side. We're going to make sure that these two metal prongs down here wedge under the plastic frame here of the screen, and then just position all of the slots here correctly where the screws will have to be put back in place. Okay, then we can go ahead and stick this flex cable back down, and there you go. And then now we're going to go ahead and place the 9 tri-tip screws back to hold the frame. So there you go. Once you have all of those screws back in, let's go ahead and place the ear speaker and proximity sensor flex cable back on. So we're going to position it correctly right here like this. Push the proximity sensor in and the mic, and then we're going to flip this little metal bracket back over it to hold it down. And then we're going to flip the ear speaker over on the other side. And then we're going to place the small Phillips head screws back on to hold it in place. And then put this screw back on. Then go ahead and grab your screen assembly, and let's go ahead and connect the flex cables here for the screen. We're gonna connect this one up here at the top first. Let's go ahead and connect the 2 flex cables down here for the LCD. And then let's go ahead and connect the battery flex cable connector. And then finally, let's go ahead and place all of the brackets down here and the tri-tip screws. And then let's go ahead and grab this metal bracket right here and place these screws on as well. And once you have all of the tri-tips on the bracket back on, we can go ahead and close the phone up. So we're gonna close it from the top first. So position the top in first like this, push it in at the top. And then we can go ahead and pushing it in on the sides first, and then here at the bottom. And there you go. Go ahead and place the 2 Pentalope screws back in at the bottom. And there you go. That is how you replace your LCD and screen assembly on your iPhone 11.